what makes me passionately curious, and it is definitely my parents and festivals. So I'm going to tell you a bit about when they collided. But so I went to Burning Man. First festival I ever went to in my life was Burning Man in 2003, which blew my mind away. And I don't know if anybody has been there or if you know what it is, but it's a festival in Nevada, and it's about, the first year I went, I think it was about 30,000 people, and there's no money. It's in the middle of the salt plain, a desert, totally flat, and I thought, I didn't really know much about it when I was going, I think, and I thought it was like, you know, like a festival that there's entertainment put on, and that you go as a punter. But when you got there, it was like every single person that's there put something on. So there's no entertainment, there's no, like nothing is organized by, the festival is organized, but like there's nothing put on by the organizers for the people who go there. It's the people who go there that bring the entertainment for the other people. There's no money, so you have to barter for everything. You have to make something and bring that, and then you barter with that for food or drink, and when you're pretty self-sufficient anyway. But so when I came back from Burning Man, I was telling my parents, you know, oh my God, it was amazing. And my dad said, oh yeah, I'd love to go. And there he is there. Yay! And I said, oh yeah, sure, well, yeah, why don't you? Like, I don't know. And then I went again in 2004, came back and told stories. Dad was like, I'd really like to go. And I said, well, yeah, you should do. And then Body and Soul, 2010 or something, my mum and dad came up for the day. My dad met Shrine, who is an installation artist here, who's tattooed head to toe, big handlebar moustache. He does all the beautiful shack up there with drawings on it. But the two of them got on really well, and they're like at the drum circle drinking Bulmers together. And then, anyway, chatting about Burning Man, and then a week later I get a call from my dad. And he's like, Sharon, you know, I've been saying that I really want to go to Burning Man for the last few years, but I kind of realized after talking to Shrine that, you know, I'm never going to go on my own, and so, you know, I'll go if you bring me. And then I kind of realized that, like, it was really bad that I'd never offered to bring him. So I was like, oh my God, yeah. But I was really nervous, and I was like, why am I nervous? And I was like, oh my God, my parents are going to think I'm a freak because I really like this crazy festival, and what if they don't like it? And what if they find out I do drugs? I don't know, like, it's just like crazy, all these things. But I scratched off all the list, and I was like, this is an epic adventure. This is amazing, let's just do it. So I phoned Dad, and I was like, yeah, Dad, 2011, let's do it. And he was like, really? He's like, oh my goodness, thank you. No, we have to do is convince Mummy. I was like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? And then a week later, I got a call from my friend in Melbourne, Clodagh, and she's like, I really want to go to Burning Man next year. And I was like, yeah, I'm going with my parents. She was like, brilliant, count me in, we're in. So I went in a camper van from Vegas with Clodagh, who's a lesbian, Trent and Jeff, who are a gay couple, and my mum and dad and me, like trundling off. And like before we went to a secondhand store in Vegas, and mum and dad dressing up like wigs. My mum had this like yellow prom dress. It's just so funny. And then we get there, and they just, oh, it's just so unbelievable. Like you think, you know your parents, but then you see them dancing on the stage, like at Burning Man. You just keep looking around going, oh my God, they're so amazing. But I think that they have, for me, like for them to go to Burning Man, it was just that their daughter was going on and on about this festival, and they were so passionately curious to see what I was into that they wanted to travel across and do this epic adventure. But and I think that that's where I get it from, because stuff that I've done, like Queens of Neon, which is a little business that started because I just wanted to do something at a festival. After Burning Man, I couldn't just go to a festival and not do something, so myself and my friend Damo did a Mad Hatter's Tea Party at Body and Soul in Electric Picnic in 2008, which we just did it for the love of it, and we won Bridgestone Awards for Best Dressed Stall at the festival, and then that got us noticed, and then people started getting in touch with us, and then it just turned into a business. But it all started from just wanting to do something for the love of it and for no other reason. And I also started the Dublin Flea Market, which began because I love flea markets, and there was no flea markets in Dublin the whole way through the boom. There was just, you know, nobody bought secondhand stuff. So when the recession came in, it was like, no, now's the time, let's just start something small. But we didn't even think that it was good, we just wanted to do it. And then it turned into, now it's nearly 5 years later, 70 stalls, and it's doing really well. But, so I think that what I've learned from my parents and from festivals is that, you know, I think if you do something with passion and you're not really thinking of the outcome, you're doing it just for the fun of it, that actually you can really hit on something, and that you can turn that into a business, or you can make your passion your work. And for me, it's kind of working out at the moment. And so I built a little spaceship down in the field past the Midnight Circus. It's a little black and white timber shed that's been reincarnated. This is the 6th time to be reincarnated. So it's a spaceship that landed at 5 o'clock yesterday, and there's a smoke machine underneath it, fairy lights at the bottom, and then there's helium balloons, and then inside there's an infinity mirror. So it's just kind of, you just go in and you hang out, and there's music from outer space and space disco on a loop. And Nick, who lives in the castle, said to me yesterday, he's like, Sharon, is that your shed? And I was like, yeah. He's like, for God's sake, he's like, you know, you should have told somebody. I was like, what, you told them what? And he was like, we ran down, he's like, we were like, that shed's on fire. And then he said there was 10 security guards running down the field, and he was like, it was this close to turning it over. And I was like, oh, that would have been hilarious, that would be brilliant. But yeah, so you can check that out. But that's all I'm going to talk about. Thanks.